Hoo-ha! What is up, guys? How are you guys doing today? So, I happen to be a pretty decent painter. When it comes to putting paint onto a canvas, I am better than average. Paint a happy little spaceship, just living up there in the sky, where nobody can take it away from you. I am also better than average at making miniatures. Like, I made this guy. Look at him.
Look at it.
He came from me. He came from inside me. There has been a glaring weakness in my arsenal of skills. And that is painting miniatures. I am really bad at it. It is okay to be bad at things. I am just exceptionally bad at it. And it makes me feel bad inside to be bad at it. Now, I think one of my biggest problems is that this is my art supplies that I use for painting miniatures. Look, I have sponges. I have a brush value pack, which was probably $4 at Michael's. I have simply acrylic, right? Simply acrylic. It is just simply acrylic. It's what miniatures need. Simply acrylic. I have a bunch of these. I'm sure you guys all have a bunch of these. Apple barrel acrylic paints. Like, why aren't these performing? Why isn't a Mondo Llama gold paint any good? Why can I not paint with the Mondo Llama? You know what? I realized I need to upgrade. Okay, so this stuff can just beat it. Shit. So I decided I'm going to invest in myself, right? And spend a whole bunch of money on paint. So one thing I wanted to make sure I got was a wet palette. Basically, these acrylic paints, they dry out pretty quickly. So you want to have a wet surface to put them on. That way, if you're doing multiple miniatures, the paint won't be dry by the time you get to like the second one. And this particular palette comes with everything you need. It also comes with some plastic palettes and some inserts. So I think this is a pretty good pickup. It was pretty inexpensive on Amazon. I'll definitely be using this a long time in the future. And here are the brushes I got. Once again, off Amazon. I know there are people that are probably like, these aren't great brushes, but these are the nicest brushes I've ever owned, and I'm super excited about them. They look good, they feel pretty good. I am so excited about these brushes. And now the main part of the show. The Speedpaint starter set. This is from Army Painter. You sometimes hear Speedpaint also called contrast paint. Basically, one coat is supposed to it gets dark in all the crevices and it gets really light on the outside of things. So it gives you a really nice look. They kind of say it's like 3 paints in one. I heard Army Painter is some of the best. I also picked up the Army Painter Game Master Wandering Monsters role-playing paint set. And this is just a normal paint. There were a couple of these sets and I picked this one just because I liked the colors that were in there. And it came with some brushes and some other things that I think are going to be important. I'll show you here in a second. Came with this nice little guide on how to paint and even like a bit for a D&D campaign. So you could use this figure that comes in it, this little plastic figure for your D&D. So I thought that was a nice little add-on. Definitely not the reason why I bought this kit. But as you can see here, there's some metallics. There's like a blood effect. There's here's another metallic, and then in the other bin there's actually a rust effect and then the grime wash. And I think the grime wash is probably my favorite thing ever now. I'm going to use that a lot. And here's just a quick run through of all the different colors. There's a ton of different ones. I really like the color selection in this kit. Some of the other kits weren't as cool, so that's why I went with this. So I'm going to use a technique called slap chop, and if you're into miniature painting at all, you will see lots and lots of great tutorials on how to do this. Basically, you just start out with a dark base coat, and this is just Rust-Oleum primer, and then you dry brush over the top with the lighter color, and then you use the speed paints to do the heavy lifting here, and that's what I'm going to do. So that's pretty much the gist of this paint job. I did go in later on and add some solid colors, but I'll just let the time lapse play.
Well, I've died so many times to get here on this road. I've left so many crooked crosses where I mourn what I've buried, what I carry still. Every day there's some new wound, a sacrifice. Every day I try to keep my face turned toward the light. Another sunrise and a sunrise. Whoa. There is order and control, but I swear it'll never be mine or yours. And I'm not afraid to disappoint you. I am not the one. Here I am tonight. Here I am, and I'm not afraid to disappoint you. I am not the one, not the one I might have been.
This is my favorite thing I've ever painted. It is the best that I have ever done. And I think that there is only one way to go from here, and that is up. I am now slightly better than average, which is, I think, a good place to aim for when it comes to hobbying, is just to be a little bit better than a lot of other people. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to try this yourself, I'll put a link to all the paints and stuff I bought in the description below. And if you're feeling feisty, hit like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Toodaloo.